Guys, we've done it. We've reached the end of the Pumpkinhead comic book series. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I've reached my Pumpkinhead quota for at least probably, I don't know, the next decade. Let's look at this cover. I feel like it's a strong, bold statement to go out with this, I want to say fuchsia, but fuchsia also feels wrong a bit. But I mean, I'm not about to go to Lowe's and look at paint swatches, so this shit is fuchsia. And, you know, I gotta tell you, Pumpkinhead, it looks like a good color for you, but it's weird because I know a little bit about color theory. So you got red blood, and then you got this, which is in the same family. I don't know. Side note, I've been playing a lot of Doom 3, and I don't know what they're called, but, like, my friends and I, we have our own video game terminology, and the base enemy, we call them regular guys. The regular guys in Doom 3, they got some Pumpkinhead aspects to them. So, you know what, let's just get into this. Okay, now we're into it. Wow, look at that. Turn the page and we're already in. Pumpkinhead, bam, he's getting hit with a head stick, which is the worst kind of stick? I don't know. What would be worse? Getting hit with this, a head stick, like a pike, or the bug, a walking stick? Because it's also a bug. And bugs are, you know, kind of gross. So we see all these other demons that were summoned. We're in this like final showdown thing that's been going on for I think the past 3 issues, and we see that this guy, the demon for gluttony, he's puking up slurm and he gets it all over Pumpkinhead. And you know what? Nobody likes to get puked on. Maybe it's supposed to be acidic because anytime something is that color green, I'm like, ooh, am I gonna have to be fixing things after this guy comes over? But I think it just might be regular slurm puke, but still, nobody likes to get puked on. I feel for you, Pumpkinhead, and the rest of these guys are like, oh shit, dude. Too far. Too far, Gluttony Demon. I mean, we can just fuck him up. We don't have to, we're not animals. I mean, we're demons, so we don't have to go puking on people. That's just disgusting. Also, I feel like if you're in a fight and you know you're about to get your ass beat, just start puking everywhere, and I feel like fight over. The fight is over when somebody starts puking. At least that's how I feel like it should be. So we see the guy who summoned Pumpkinhead, he feels everything Pumpkinhead feels, so he feels, you know, like cracked eggshells feeling down your spine. He feels the cracked eggshell puke, slurm puke down his spine, and he has the appropriate reaction of, holy shit. Now this guy, Bunt, he wants to kill this guy. Bunt's the only one who's using his noodle here. He's like, look, the only way to kill Pumpkinhead is to kill this guy. But the sheriff, she doesn't want to do it. Come on, there's already like 20 people have been killed. I mean, they're bad people, so do they even really count? But 20 people are dead. Who cares about this guy? What does he have? This guy's at least 65. He summoned a demon, so he's been feeling all that. So I feel like when you summon a demon, you deal with those consequences. You add at least 15 years to your life. So this guy's 80 on the inside, and he doesn't have a lot of time left. So let's just kill him. Let's just get rid of them. So eventually they go to the Coleman place because they've got kids and the kids need to not be murdered by Pumpkinhead, I guess. Everybody seems pretty on board with that idea. I mean, you could use them as bait. I feel like, you know, or maybe Pumpkinhead doesn't kill kids because he was a retarded kid, or I'm still very fuzzy on the origins of Pumpkinhead. It's been a long time since I've seen the first 2 movies, and apparently there are like 3 other ones that I will never see. So she busts into these people's house, and these people already got their guns ready because they're in like a West Virginia holler or something. He's like, you can't bust into my house, bringing the danger because of the Pumpkinhead thing. She's like, look, I know there are people who are marked, and if they help them, they'll be marked too. But I'm taking everyone who is in danger out of these woods. Talking about the kids. But this brings me to a point, right? So, these people, the townsfolk, the people of the holler, I don't even know if it's called a holler in the book, but I feel like once you get into some mountainous ranges and you get these little pockets of people who their genetics are very similar to each other, you call that a holler. And I feel like she should have been briefed. She should have been briefed on, you know, look, we're going to have a lot of the crimes you're going to be investigating, they're going to be domestic abuses, domestic assaults. You know that. You know the game. Going to have a little bit of drugs because guess what? There's not shit to do around here. So we're going to be mixing some chemicals up and see what happens. You know, we're bored. We don't have shit to do. And you can only go mudding so many times. But then I feel like, and then, oh, by the way, Sheriff, before you take your position in this holler, we gotta deal with some demon shit sometimes. Just sometimes. Anytime something tragic happens, the default for these people is gonna be to summon a demon. We just figured we'd let you know about it, because it may come up, it might not. I mean, I'm just saying, let a sister know what she's getting into. So eventually, these people, they take in the kids. She leaves with the old man and Haggis, and she also takes his truck, and he's like, God damn, Sheriff, what else you need? It's like, yeah, I would not like it if a cop tried to take my shit. I mean, you know in movies where like somebody just flashes their badges and then they take your car? I'm sorry. That's not going to be very convenient for me, officer. I don't care if you're in the FBI or state trooper. You're not getting my wheels. I'll drive you. I'll drive you, because once a cop is in my car and they're telling me where to go, no rules. No rules. I don't have to obey any traffic laws whatsoever. I'm down for that. But you're not going to take my whip. So I'm just letting everybody know you're not taking my whip. You gotta fucking kill me. So Pumpkinhead, he's getting a little bit more fucked up by the demons. Old man is feeling it. It does not feel good. So then we cut to... why is all this happening? All because of some rednecks in a wagon. All because you can't be bothered to watch the road while you're driving. Yes, this is Clayton, the guy who killed some of those people's kids. Even though, I mean, they still got 3. So, how many kids do you fucking need? I mean, honestly. So his father comes down to come get him. He slaps him because, you know, I don't know how you punish someone for summoning a demon, but a slap seems like a good way to start. And he's like, yeah, I messed up. Obviously. But you should have gotten here sooner, Dad. It's like, dude, come on. You're lucky your father's talking to you with these shitty tattoos on your hand. Wow, you did fuck your life up with hand tattoos. And also the scar isn't helping. I feel like having a scar on your face is limiting your future job opportunities. That's a little bit of discrimination, but I'll say it. You got facial scars, depending on how cool they are or how uncool they are, that might affect your future employment. So the old lady, who looks like the other old lady, says, if you'd done that, you'd likely be dead. It was Lucas and me who saved you. If we hadn't visited the Covenant and called up all those other sins, Pumpkinhead would have gotten you for sure. Yep. Fight demons with demons. Sounds like a flawless plan to me. So his father wants to talk a little business with these people because he's here. I mean, how often is he going to be here? Preferably never. I feel like a lot of this business is done on the phone. Definitely not in emails. And his son is like, business? What? Come on. We need to get the fuck out of here. And he's like, look, I will smack you again. Wait, does he also have a facial scar? What? Scars are not hereditary, people. And he's like, did you take everything? And then this woman is like, oh god, it's so... I'm just imagining what it would be like in real life. Hey, did you take care of everything? And then someone responds, yeah, we called up the demons to defend your son and we turned the sins against one another. Good, well, I'm Audi 5000 from this place. This bitch is talking about demons. Alright, you said you took care of it, whatever. See, I don't know what any of that means, but it's good enough for me. Yeah, let's get out of here. Also, can I just praise this man's sideburn game? Look at this shit. Those sideburns are so sharp, you could cut thinly sliced tomatoes, and then you would have thin tomato slices. I don't want thin tomato slices, but I'm picturing that old school knife infomercial. You know, the one where they also cut the hammer, but he's like getting these. The sideburn game is on point. It's not something you see, and I feel like when you got sideburns like that, you can't rock a suit like that, but you know what? He's doing it. He's selling me on it. And he's like, yeah, it's a long drive. Let's get some sleep, have a nice breakfast before we go. And this guy is like, yeah, you're not driving, Clayton. He's got the jokes. Don't ever let your children forget that they've made mistakes. You just need to keep jabbing at them so they're always reminded. So these people, here are what they do. The cop, the sheriff, the old man, they go to Ann Haggis, the sister who's in charge of Pumpkinhead. That's her career since childhood. Wow, oof, what a doomed life. They head to the other sister's house because you know what? Too many demons. We got too many demons running around. We got to at least get the demon count a little bit lower. It's just, Jesus. Dealing with one Pumpkinhead is a big deal, but we got to deal with Pumpkinhead's Cousins? What? No. So they bust in here because this thing is following them, and it would like to get to know the sheriff better. Because she belongs to this. And yeah, this guy, shit. She's just blasting the guns, and she's like, look, send them all back. We gotta get just send them all back. Hurry, please. And then these ladies, just cool as can be. I'm sorry, Sheriff. I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. I've just been visiting with my sisters. And it's like, oh god. And this reminded me, like, also, can we just say that this one looks like an actual human being instead of these things? But it reminded me of this, they refer to them as a coven, which reminded me of this, it may still exist, but I can guarantee you it did exist at least 5 years ago. So, in Arkansas, maybe it's just like a municipality law or something, but at Arkansas State University, sororities can't have their own houses. And you're like, what? And just let me explain. Because they referred to them as a coven earlier, and that's what made me think about it. It's a fucking bug in here or some shit. Gotta get this out of here. But there are fraternities, and there are sororities, but the sororities don't get their own houses because of some old school Arkansas law that says, look, you get a couple bitches in the same house, obviously they're whores. And I'm not even joking. That's basically what the law says. You can't have, I think it's just like college-age women under the same roof in a house. Like, they have sororities, but they're all just in dorms. You can't have that because obviously they're prostitutes. And it just reminded me of like, oh, that's just a wacky thing. And this comic reminded me of it. Whatever. It's just one of those weird things. So she's like, look, you know what I'm asking you to do? Send it back or what'll you do? I got fucking an eye that's differently colored than the other eye. I got nothing to lose, Sheriff. Damn it. And you know what? Yeah. Yeah. So she's like, oh, where's Haggis? And Haggis is getting shit done. You know what I'm saying? Haggis is settling scores. Haggis is getting... You gotta kill these sisters to get these demons down. Haggis, wow, Haggis came ready to play. I mean, if you would have shown me this entire cast of characters, you'd be like, who's gonna be doing the most killing? It wouldn't have been the 120-year-old lady, but you know, she's got knife skills. Like, look, I did what needed to be done. And then, of course, they all just start evaporating. She got all of them? Oh, yeah, she got all of them, dude. Jesus Christ. But you know what? Pumpkinhead, he's still out there, and he's going to finish what he started, so I got to skip, a couple pages. Pumpkinhead, he finds Clayton and those people, and he crushes Clayton with a car because, he killed kids with a car. And Pumpkinhead, he's a fan of poetic justice. He's also a fan of the Kendrick Lamar song, Poetic Justice. So then, Pumpkinhead, he evaporates. There he goes. No, this is... Yeah, the guy who summoned him, he flooshes out of here. Do they have to die? I thought he just got to go on living. But I mean, after you've summoned a demon that murdered people, how do you even go on living? Because you would just be staring at your grandchildren being like... Or, you know what, you wouldn't be staring at them because they're dead. You'd be visiting their grave because there's nothing else to do. You live in a holler in West Virginia. You just go look at their grave and be like, oh, I summoned a demon and I might regret it. So we see, after that, I guess he becomes the new Pumpkinhead? What am I looking at here? Yeah, he gets smaller or whatever, and she picks him up, and the sheriff's like, no more of this Pumpkinhead business, because I plan on spending the next 50 years being the sheriff, and I don't want to deal with that ever again. No more Pumpkinhead. And she's like, look, you can't stop vengeance. No matter how hard you try, you've seen that here tonight, you keep me from calling up the demon, It'll find some other way to seep into our world. It'll crawl out of hell on its own. It'll be untethered. Oh God, without a tether to keep it in check, vengeance will cause so much suffering wherever it manifests. You want me to look after my demon for as long as I'm able. You need me to keep my hand on the leash. I suppose now that my sisters are gone, I'll be keeping an eye on the other sins too. It's a terrible burden, I must admit, but it's one that I've been considering counting on since I was a little girl. Okay, so I'm going to say this lady is at least 120 years old. She's at least a century. At least give me that. feel like maybe she shouldn't be taking on more work. But, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't bring people into the fold. This is a family business, and we got to have somebody looking after these demons. But, you know what? It gave me an idea. Let's see a Pumpkinhead movie where he is untethered, and then eventually he just kills so many people, and then he's like, wait, what am I doing? And then we get like a Pumpkinhead in the city. Maybe he starts going to night school. He gets a job. Maybe he finds love with a human, but there's a little bit of conflict there because he is a Pumpkinhead, and some people aren't as accepting as others. I don't know. I'll start working on the script immediately.